Branded branding. You hear it right through the day, become the buzzword in marketing. Everybody's talking about it. Even guys who can't spell branded perhaps say, "Mujhe to branded maal chahiye." So what is branding? The best source for you to go to would be the book, The Birth of a Brand by Brian Smith. Well, I'm not going to talk about the theory behind branding today. I shall leave it for another day. Today I'm going to talk about the history of branding and some interesting brand names. Branding started primarily to identify one's cattle. Metal piece was heated and put on the cattle. In case they get lost, you know which is yours. Subsequently, buyers found some value in this, that if it is from such ranch, such farm, the cattle is supposed to be of good quality. So the customer's takeaway was quality. The manufacturer's takeaway, the seller's takeaway was my product. So between product, the imagery, the quality, the value, they all got into one. There is evidence, in fact, that as early as 2700 BC, it used to happen in Egypt. There are sculptures pointing to this. In fact, in certain Hindu sects, when a guru accepts a disciple, he brands the disciple. Certain divine symbols are heated and put on the disciple's arms. This ensures that you follow the path as shown by the guru. Be that as it may, we shall now look at some brands and how branding works. Everybody loves his thing. So very often when you start a company, when you start a business, you name it after you. Some of today's biggest brands, biggest companies started like that. Lever Brothers, which is now Unilever. Procter & Gamble, named after two brothers-in-law. Why even educational institutions? Harvard, Stanford, Johns Hopkins hospitals, named after the founders. The list is endless. People simply love their names. In India, you have Tatas, Birlas. Tatas had a whole range of products from Tata Salt to Tata Steel. So you create a brand and that brand value resonates in the consumer's mind. What are the other things that people look at when they give a brand name? Strangely enough, there are some brands which are from the place they start. Parle, for example, was started in Ville Parle, which used to be a village or suburb outside Bombay those days. Now there's some very interesting names. There used to be a TV when a clutch of color TVs happened in 1982, a TV brand called Beltec. And we all thought this was something to do with Bell Technologies and Bell telephones and some technology. It was actually Beliram Tekchand. That was the name of the owner and he made it into Beltec. Today you have a brand called Havells. Havells, everybody would think, it's a very nice sounding English name. It is actually from the founder's name, which is Haveli Ram Gandhi. Haveli Ram Gandhi became Havells and sounds so much more interesting. There is a brand called Siska. Have you ever wondered what it's all about? This has been named after the founder's spiritual guru, Sri Yogi Satya Kripa Anand, Siska. There is a very popular brand in bathroom fittings called Jaqua. Wrongly pronounced as Jaguar by a lot of people, but it's Jaqua. This brand has been named after the founder's mother, whose name was Jai Kaur. Jai Kaur became Jaqua, and it's a winner of a product and a very good brand name. Today, when you think of a brand, you have to think ahead. You have to think globally, nationally, globally. I'm told that Google, which actually is from Google, which is supposed to be 1 followed by 100 zeros, was initially called Backrub. I don't know how many of us would like that name, Backrub. So today Google, the brand name, has actually become a verb also. How some brand names become generic. Culturally, it's very, very important for us to be relevant across, as I said, first the country, then the global markets. Dabur has a not too good connotation in Tamil. Unfortunately, I had to launch Dabur in Tamil Nadu, and I know what it means. There is a soda called pea cola. P double cola in Ghana. I'm told P in the native tongue means very good. Certain major international brands have a problem in certain markets. Mitsubishi Pajero, not a good word in Spanish. Ford Pinto. Pinto has a very foul meaning in Brazilian Portuguese. Nobody would have thought of it then. So today, if you're out to create a brand, look at it properly. To add to this example, there's this baby food brand called Jabba. Jabba in French means to vomit. How can you have a baby food brand which would convey this? But I'm sure when they started it, nobody would have thought of France being a potential market. Today, the world is a small village. The internet has connected all of us. If you want to create a brand, ensure that it has no negative connotation across the world. Thank you very much. I hope you found this interesting. I shall do one video on brand, what values to create, how to go about branding at a later date. Thank you so much.